With us
Perfect.
right now.
Nice. Okay. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Nancy. Oh, nice. Perfect. Well, first of all, if you allow me, I want to make this interview in both language. Okay. So if you want, we can talk in English, and then I have to
In
translate
Spanish.
for the yeah in
Yes.
Spanish. So what do you say?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. I love Spanish.
Perfect.
I am. Yo puedo hablar un poco español. Un poquito. Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's good. It's good coming from you. It sounds more sexy, you know?
Puedo entender algo, pero no mucho. Just a little bit.
Okay, perfecto. But we are gonna try to do the best here. So for the public, who are you? Who is Farah Ludvika, and what are her passions and her fears?
Who is Farah?
¿Quién es Farah? Sí, y cuáles son sus miedos y pasiones.
¿Quién es Farah? There's someone. Hey, my dad is just coming in. Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
daughter, first of all, right? Um, I'm a hypnosis trainer. I'm an NLP trainer.
Okay.
I'm also a hypnotherapist. I'm very passionate about learning new things. Passionate about what we can do with our minds and our bodies. I am passionate about my clients. I'm passionate about my meditation group. I'm very passionate about helping people. That's something that lights me up. That's something that makes me very happy. I'm passionate about Amsterdam. I'm passionate about being here and being able to serve in the way that I do. I'm very passionate also about the Hypnosis Institute where I work. I think it's an amazing place where people come together to learn skills around hypnosis and all these mind bending techniques. So to me, I don't know, I have my passion there. I'm very curious about how we work as humans, what drives us, what is our motive for behavior. And yeah, I guess I would say I'm always like, I wouldn't say I know it all. If I like say I'm a hypnotherapist, I think there's always a lot to learn. So I'm still learning. I'm still reading the books. I'm still going to the courses, even though I have like what even though I started 7 years ago, I'm still continuing like I just started today, you know? So to me, it's like a title that I kind of am borrowing. I don't feel like I can really claim it because I feel, of course, my passions are to research this field more. So one day I want to say that I have made like a sort of paradigm shift in hypnosis and NLP by the books I've written. So that's when I would say, okay, now I really am a hypnotherapist. I guess I'm now like a curious one that has results, but I'm
Okay.
not sure what those results, where they come from exactly. Like I'm still analyzing my sessions that for the 3 years that I have my practice. Um, and miracles happen, you know. I see people that heal their bodies, heal some symptoms that doctors could not heal or doctors had no answer to, allergies, phobias. So to me, it's very interesting to see what happens, and I'm now in the phase of, okay, so what actually is creating the change? Is it the technique?
Okay.
Is it the trust that I have with them? Is it something I said? Was it just one sentence? Was it the whole session? So, yeah, that's something I currently am passionate about, like analyzing what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, tracking it back, and making it more productive and better for my clients. Yeah, that's, I guess, the that's my current passion. But you know, if you ask me next year, who knows what my passion will be?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'm gonna translate with your answer
Oh, sorry,
just shortly.
it's a bit long.
No worries. It's okay.
He's gonna
So,
translate it.
so ella,
Oh, make
ella
fun of
siente pasión. Ella siente pasión por lo que son sus clientes, ella siente pasión por aprender, ella siente pasión por la hipnosis, por las terapias que da, y se siente muy apasionada por aprender siempre cosas nuevas. Dice que ella es trainer en hipnoterapia, ella hace hipnoterapia y dice que los milagros pasan. ¿Por qué? Porque hay muchas cosas que gracias a sus terapias las personas sanaron, pero los doctores no pudieron sanar. Entonces fue fantástico como gracias a la hipnosis que ella puso en estas personas, los clientes, digamos, se sanaron, cosa que con los médicos no pudieron hacer. Entonces es fantástica lo que se puede hacer con la hipnosis, es muy maravilloso lo que se puede llegar a lograr y son cosas que la mente tiene, pero por ahí la razón no llega, sino que es por debajo, por el inconsciente, y eso es justamente lo que hace la hipnosis. Now, do you
Yes,
understand what
I
I just
understood
said?
everything. Yeah.
Good. Oh, good, nice. So, bueno, quizás pueda hablar en español y vos me entiendas.
Sí, ya, yo entiendo, pero no puedo hablar todo, pero puedo
Okay,
entender mucho but there are people that are watching that don't understand any Spanish. So,
okay.
so
So I'm
yeah.
gonna speak English and then, well, yeah. So you told me about all your passions. That's very good. I
Yeah.
love that. And but you don't tell me about your
Oh,
fears.
sorry.
What
Yes, my
are your
fears.
fears? Yeah.
My fears. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of hypocritical, but I'm going to admit it. I am afraid of spiders. Like, I swear, I've helped
Okay.
people get rid of the fear of spiders, but I actually am afraid of the fear. I'm actually afraid of spiders. I'm actually afraid of mice too. In Amsterdam, we have a lot of mice. This morning, I saw one walking. I was like screaming. I was like, "Whoa, what's happening?" Um,
Wow.
so I've never done the phasmophobia on myself for that fear. So I guess that's like a fear that's there. I guess if we go a little bit deeper, um, yeah, I'm afraid to end up alone. I guess I'm always with my parents. I'm always around people. Um, I don't necessarily. I like being alone. I can do it, but I think if my parents wouldn't be here, it would be really hard, you know? So that's something I am afraid of. That's something that crosses my mind a lot. Like how grateful I am for everyone around me because it might be gone someday. So I guess that's not like a fear necessarily. It's not like it keeps me up at night, but it is something I'm very aware of. So if you're talking about fears, I'm not. It's very hard for me to think of something that. Yeah, I mean the fear of like mice and spiders. That's like really like that evokes a reaction in me, but for the rest, I don't know. Oh yeah.
Ok, perfecto. Dice que tiene miedo a lo que son las arañas, que ayuda a sus pacientes a que salgan de ese miedo, pero ella todavía lo tiene. A las arañas y también dice que tiene miedo a estar sola. Dice que puede hacerlo, pero que se siente muy agradecida de que sus padres, de que su familia esté ahí con ella. Entonces esos son los miedos que ahora tiene Faradodbika. I don't know if in 1 year you will completely maybe change, right?
Yeah, yeah. I guess now that I'm making the leap to move out and live on my own, that's it's just like that's not really a fear, but more of a concern of how it will all change. But I think I have a lot of faith and trust in life. I always believe it will turn out good or great. Even in
Okay.
this crazy time, I still believe that there is good in this world and there is like light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, that's really my focus. It's not always easy, but it's definitely possible. Yeah.
Ok, perfecto. Dice que bueno, que ella siempre a pesar de que tiene miedo, ve lo que es lo bueno, ¿sí? El lado bueno de las cosas, y que siempre ve una luz al final del túnel. Entonces, cree que hay gente buena todavía, cree que hay, lo cual comparto con ella esa creencia, y que siempre puede haber una luz al final del túnel. So far, tell me, we are talking about fears.
Yeah.
So, suppose there is a lot of people that in this time has a lot of fears, has a lot of stress. They are like bad emotions in their body, in their minds. So how can they use hypnosis to get out of that bad emotional state and get in a good mental emotional state? Entonces lo que le pregunté a Farah es que en estos tiempos hay muchas personas que no le están pasando bien, que tienen estrés, que tienen miedos, y cómo una persona usando hipnosis puede salir de un estado negativo y entrar a un estado positivo usando hipnosis. We have to realize that there is people that never in his life or their life, hear about hypnosis. So how can we do with that people who never hear hypnosis before? What can they do?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think this time, this crisis, if you want to call it like that, is just one of the many forms in which fear can show up. And what I mean by that is that your brain is created to make you fearful. Like it will always have that automatic response. So it's not necessarily you need to know that your brain is playing tricks on you, and you need to know how to adjust the course, but you cannot eliminate fear. I think fear is a really, really nice response in us that also allows us to, be real about things, be practical. So it's not necessarily the fault of the fear. I think it's more of making the fear more realistic. So what's actually happening? We can be afraid. Do you still hear me? Because I saw that. Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, but it cuts a little bit.
Yeah.
So you say that we don't have to believe all the things that appear in our minds, right?
Yeah. You might want to translate this because it's going to be a long story again.
Good. Perfect. Thank you.
Translate the first part. Yeah. He said thank you.
Entonces dice Farah que nosotros para enfrentar el miedo, que en realidad no tenemos que temerle al miedo, no tenemos que sobrecogernos por él, porque la naturaleza del cerebro es la respuesta automática que da, es el miedo, ¿sí? La respuesta automática del cerebro es el miedo a ciertas situaciones que no conocemos. Y entonces para salir de ese estado, no es malo tener miedo, no es malo que nosotros sientamos esa emoción. Hay veces que es bueno sentir miedo y tenemos que tener ese lado, ¿no? Ese lado positivo del miedo. También dice que no nos creamos todo lo que nuestra mente nos está diciendo, sino que lo juzguemos de una manera objetiva. Yep. Right? We have to see the things that happen in our mind with an objective thing, with an objective view, and not subjective view. Okay.
And the second thing, practical advice is to find ways to ease your mind and your body outside of sleeping time. So you might call that meditation, but it's like a moment where you just lay down, you have your eyes closed, and you allow yourself to feel good feelings without the pressure of what anyone wants you to do, of the work, of whatever. It's just you time. And I think will solve a lot of things just by itself, because it eases you, it makes you more flexible, more relaxed, and at the end more loving and compassionate. And I believe like that for the third perspective, this is what I believe. I'll let you translate this one, then I'll say the third part.
Thank you. So you told us, can you share, like, I don't know, I want to know if I understood you, like, we have to have ways to get out of that anger, of that fear, and get in a peaceful mental state. So I'm going to ask you, ella dice que tenemos que tener formas de salir del estado mental negativo y ponernos y colocarnos en un estado mental positivo. So can you give us 3 ways to do that? Get out of negative mental state and get in of positive mental state.
Yes.
Which are that 3 ways to do that?
Yeah, I've one way that can work. So you don't have to have like somebody helping you for it. But if you're independent, I like the Betty Erickson induction. You know what the wife of Milton Erickson did that you told about in the pre-talk about Milton Erickson. So that's the induction that I believe is really good when you want to do it on yourself, and that is you sit somewhere where you are not going to get disturbed, and you look at like one dot on the wall, and then you count 3 things. Yeah, you look.
Can we do that
now?
in live?
Right now? Yeah.
Yes, like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, I don't know, and I'm going to translate you. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. So, and after that induction, you can like increase the color of let's say peacefulness or happiness, and let it spread in your body, and then you feel great. It's a great thing. Yeah, we can do it right now. I mean, we can also just have more of the interview and then finish off the interview with some nice Betty Erickson induction.
Okay, cool. We can do that. Yeah. Ok, entonces dice que vamos a terminar con una técnica de Betty Erickson para que nosotros salgamos de ese estado mental negativo y entremos a un estado mental positivo. So that's the first one, which can be the second one tool that people can use.
The second is to respond rather than react. So when something happens, to take a moment before you jump in the reacting mode, but you take a moment to respond. And I think that one is really important, because most people that I see around me are very reactive on the street, on everywhere. It's just, you know,
Okay.
And what I mean with reactive is not taking things only on face value. So if somebody says, hey, what are you doing here? Get out of my way, etc. Like, we can get really nasty. I see it all the time when I'm, you know, driving around, when people go like, if there's just 2 seconds of pause of the next car, it's like immediately we go beeping, we go, de puta madre, you know, like those kind of things. Like, it's crazy.
You know that word, right? You like that.
It's like, I think
La puta madre.
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah,
Uh-huh.
you know, you would not say that to your own child. So why would you say that to a stranger who's a child of somebody else? You know, we are all children of somebody. So, yeah, I think we can be a bit more tolerant. So I guess the second advice would be to start responding instead of reacting.
Cool. Entonces ella dice que la segunda herramienta que podemos usar es no reaccionar a lo que las personas nos dicen. En lugar de reaccionar, lo que podemos hacer es responder, ¿sí? ¿Qué sería responder? Entonces es tomarnos un momento, en lugar de que si alguien nos agrede o nos insulta, y dice la puta madre o algo por el estilo, nosotros instintivamente reaccionemos y le digamos algo peor. Pero lo que podemos hacer es, en lugar de reaccionar, que es decirle algo peor, lo que podemos hacer es tomar un momento, hacer una pausa y responder, ¿sí? Eso sería ser responsable, o sería tener responsabilidad. La responsabilidad básicamente es la habilidad de responder, ¿vale? Entonces, cómo nosotros podemos tomarnos un tiempo para no reaccionar de inmediato, sino ir poco a poco y responder de la manera más adecuada. ¿Sí? Hay en un artículo que yo hice, que ahí digo,
Hey, Jeffrey.
¿qué pregunta te podés hacer antes de reaccionar? Sorry?
Oh, I said hey, Jeffrey, because he doesn't know it's like half Spanish,
Ah,
half English. Yeah. But yeah, continue.
oh, cool, cool. Hola, Jeffrey. Entonces, ¿qué decía en ese artículo? Simple y sencillamente que antes de que respondas a cada circunstancia, antes de que actúes, te preguntes, ¿qué haría el amor? ¿Qué haría el amor en esta circunstancia? So, what loves can do in this circumstance?
What can love do?
And
Yes,
when you,
I love that one. I
oh yeah,
love
that,
that.
what can love? So, entonces, ¿qué puedo hacer? ¿Qué haría el amor? Y nos ponemos, realmente nos respondemos, ¿qué es lo que haría el amor en este momento?
Yes.
Y lo que salga de esa respuesta, lo hago, ¿sí? Esa acción va a ser amorosa, esa acción va a ser productiva. Entonces, yes, we can use that. We can use respond and no react.
Yes.
Please. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Farah. And the third one
The third
could be?
one, I mean that. Yeah, I have to choose between one or the other because I only have one option, right?
You can no, you can say two more if you want. Four. The four keys to happiness or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very important to know what you want, even though
Okay.
you make the wrong choice. Make a choice is better than no choice. Why is it important to know what you want? Because then you won't make small things big, and you keep big things small, which means you won't be bothered by some things that don't really matter. Because you know the thing about this crisis is it just amplifies people. It amplifies behavior. All the fears that we used to have around, other things are now in this crisis. There, people that see opportunities, they go after the opportunities. See people that make themselves relax.
Okay.
It's like an amplified thing. So what you need is you need to know what you want, and when you know what you want, you can actually direct your mind there, and your brain is going to have this goal, and all else will relativize. You won't actually, when you know what you want, you will respect yourself so much that you won't allow this fear induced by other people to enter into your body and mind, because you know that it's just a facade. You know that it's not real, and fear is
Okay.
not real. Love is real. To me, that's like my opinion. Love is real, compassion is real, and all else is just a byproduct of bad thinking. So we need to change our thinking. But how can we change our thinking? By actually knowing what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, you can fall for anything. You know that saying, like, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. That's like, that's how I think of it. And to me,
Okay.
I've really had struggles finding out what I really want. But now I just thought it doesn't really matter as long as I choose something. So now I want to live in the center of Amsterdam. Perfect. That's something I really want. Like, in a year, I can be like, I want to go to Mexico or to Mars, you know. But right now,
Yeah.
there needs to be a goal, because if I don't choose, I'll kind of not choose for anything. So you need to know what you want. And if you know what you want, you'll make the big
Perfect.
things small, and the small things will become bigger.
Perfect. So, entonces Farah nos dice que tenés que saber, el tercer paso sería tener que saber lo que quieres, ¿sí? Cuando tú sabes lo que quieres, o la persona que no sabe lo que quiere, mejor dicho, lo que le pasa es que esa persona no se levanta por nada, es decir, no se para a hacer algo motivado,
Uf,
pero se cae por
Joey.
cualquier cosa, ¿sí? Que- Nice picture. Yeah, no
I
worries.
was just looking
Eh,
around, yeah.
y, y entonces esta persona tiene que saber lo que quiere. Y cuando sabe lo que quiere, realmente ahí confía tanto en sí misma o se da tanto valor a sí misma que los miedos los hace de lado completamente. Y si hace los miedos de lado completamente, lo que pasa es que esa persona va directamente hacia ahí, hacia donde quiere. Si tú no sabes lo que quieres realmente, entonces ya llegaste, porque no tienes a dónde ir, ¿sí? Entonces es muy importante saber lo que quieres para realmente que cada paso que das, cada acción que te das, lleve una intención. Y esa intención es la de acercarte cada vez más hacia tu meta, hacia tu objetivo. Entonces, lo que decía Farah también es que esta significa lo que la gente es. Antes estaba la excusa de todo, o se quejaban de todo, ahora se quejan más todavía,
Oh, your
buscan la excusa de
internet
más
is
cosas
failing me.
todavía, pero hay otras personas. Yeah, I know, but it's okay. So it's not, you cannot hear me, or what?
Yeah, I was
No, you can.
almost not
Okay.
hearing you, but it's better. Cody, can you hear us?
Okay, yeah.
Jada? Hey, Jada. Te perdimos.
Emanuel nos está escuchando, creo. Yeah. So, sí, entonces, tener claro lo que se quiere para pararnos por un motivo y no caernos por cualquier cosa, ¿sí? De esa manera las dudas se van a hacer a un lado y vamos a ir realmente ahí hacia donde queremos. Entonces, ten una meta, ten un objetivo, ten una visión clara acerca de lo que quieres. Thank you. You told me that you have a fourth, or it's okay for just three?
Yeah, it's okay. Next time I have other three.
Okay. Okay, cool. Nice. So now I can hear you and I can see you very,
Yeah.
very well. So I told the people in the beginning that NLP started with modeling excellence. You know? So can you share
Yeah.
with us like
I
a
don't hear
fast
you.
way
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
oh, you don't?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Can you share a fast way in which what?
Yes. Can you share a fast way to, there is a lot of people who says, I want the things that they have, or I want to have the behavior that he has, but I don't know how I accomplish that. How can we do to use hypnosis to that people can achieve that behavior easily? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, there is a really nice technique that I like to use a lot. It's not that it's really nice. There's a book written about it too. It's called DTI, Deep Trance Identification. It's really good. Milton Erickson has also been modeled in that book. It's really nice. You go into a trance, you identify with somebody, you take over their behaviors, and you come back to your present state. Now, if that's imagination or real reality, I don't know. I don't really mind because it just
Okay.
makes my behavior more like the person I'm stepping into, which to me is the only thing that really matters. So I'm going to give you a practical example when I used to do this. Yeah, it's crazy because
Okay.
this really happened. I did a meditation once, and I said to everyone, we went into a deep state, and then we did the deep trance identification, and I said there is somebody there that's really healthy, really vibrant, very healthy, good body, everything is good, the cells are good, everything. The person's really healthy. You know this person, and in a moment you're going to step into that person, and they stepped into that person. Well. Then you come into a place where you leave everything behind that you don't need from that person. And we were in the other, like in their minds, right? They are in the other environment. And then I said to them, and they look into their hands, and then they see the hand of that person, right? Because they're still that person. And
Okay.
I'm saying to them that as they're looking into their hand, like their hand, um, the hand of the other person is starting to dissolve, and they're seeing their own hand, and so they take on the immune system of the person. Well, so this was just for fun and giggles, right? But there was actually somebody in the group that had a sore back for weeks. She was completely stiff like this. She couldn't walk good, and she had an appointment with the physiotherapist. Now, you have to know this is crisis time. People have barely no appointments, only if necessary, right? So she invited a physiotherapist to her home to help her massage her back. And then after that meditation, it completely relaxed. And her physiotherapist came and he was like, there's nothing I can do. It's not been this relaxed in months. And that was just because of the
Wow.
deep trance identification. We stepped into somebody with a healthy immune system that had a good health. And that was insane to me. You know, there's many stories I have like these, but that is one of the stories where I go, if you want to make like yourself be more like somebody else, do a deep trance identification. Read the book, Deep Trance Identification. There are like 20 techniques or ways you can do the technique, and it will completely enhance your life in the most unimaginable ways possible.
Wow, nice. So let me see if I understood that. So you have a person, for example, a personal trainer. I want to have the body of him. I want to have the six pack, you know. So I visualize him in my hand, and then is that okay or
No.
not?
You become that person. You become that person.
Okay, so I close my eyes
Yeah.
and I become that person.
Yeah. But
Okay.
in trance, so not with conscious mind. Because if we do it like this, you're gonna think, oh, but I'm not that person. You know,
Yeah.
like you know how when you're a child and you were like Pokemon and somebody was Ash Ketchum or
Sí.
something, and you're like really into it. There is
Yes.
no thought, oh, but I really am not Ash Ketchum, right? You're really it. You're
Yeah.
really Pikachu. You're really it. So if you can get to that state of mind where you're really that person, then yes. But just to think like this, it won't work. That's why I like to first
Okay.
do the trance, make somebody go
Yes.
deeper, and then enter that person. And then you have the results you actually want.
Nice. So can we
Hopefully.
say that they can use this technique in before sleep when they are like, oh, I am going to sleep now, but I'm going to visualize that. You know, that I'm that person. I'm going to fall asleep like that. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
trying to fix this to the people who doesn't know how to consciously
Yeah,
go
well,
deep
we
in
are
the
gonna do
conscious
that,
level.
right? At the end of this interview, I'm going to give them a way that they can put themselves in hypnosis, and then they can do it like from there. It's gonna be easy.
Perfect, perfect. So we can mix like, hey, the people from the sorry, podemos mezclar, digamos, al final de la conferencia, ella nos va a dar, que ya faltan unos minutitos, nos va a dar esta técnica para que nosotros vayamos profundamente en un estado de meditación, y lo que va a pasar es que ahí vamos a visualizar, we are going to visualize the person that we want to be. Entonces vamos a visualizar la persona que queremos ser. So we can do 2 + 1. We can use that technique to model something.
Yes,
Is that
sure.
okay?
Yeah,
Good.
so the
Nice,
question
nice.
then for Emmanuel, Cody, everyone watching, who do you want to be like? Just take somebody in
Yes.
your mind that you really want to step into, somebody that you are curious about, like their health, their abilities, their anything that you really want to model from that person. Because we're only going to take the things we want. We're going to leave everything we don't want. I once stepped into Milton
Yeah.
Erickson and I had a sore arm. I couldn't move my arm. and, uh, and yeah, so I had to go back and fix that. But for those of you that
Oh,
don't
okay,
know who
okay.
Milton is, he was like a really great hypnotherapist, but his half of his body was, how do you call it? In Dutch, we say verlamd. Um,
I don't know in
Legacy.
Spanish. I don't remember.
Polio, yeah.
Polio, polio. Yeah.
Anyway, so,
So entonces, yeah. Say.
so yeah, think of something.
Continue.
Corey, do you have somebody in mind? Iemand waar je op wil lijken? Laat even weten in de comments. Emmanuel, puedes pensar algo,
Yeah.
una persona que quieres estar of
Okay.
zo? Yeah, you do it. You do the
Sí, sí,
Spanish.
están del otro lado, si pueden pensar en alguien en quien admiran realmente, ¿sí? En esa persona que realmente dicen, esta tiene una característica que me encanta. Por ejemplo, qué sé yo, a algunos les encanta el carisma que tiene Obama, a otros les encanta lo que es el liderazgo que tiene, no sé, Napoleón Bonaparte en su tiempo, qué sé yo, se me están ocurriendo cosas. Entonces, ¿qué característica quieres mejorar y qué persona lo tiene? ¿Sí? Acá hay un comentario, here is a comment that
Yeah.
people, guys say, translate this, David. Thanks for the talk and I love the color hair of that
Oh,
girl. Oh yeah. Great. So yes, I have an image that if you want, we can do this technique right now.
yes.
Okay, I have
Yeah,
that.
I was just
Corey.
replying to her.
Okay, cool.
So, what's the technique?
What's the technique? Just the
Oh,
Betty,
we're gonna do it
you
now?
know?
This is the end of the interview?
Yes. Yes, I was like, what is he talking about? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't understand. Hmm.
No worries. Before that, if you want, you can say something from the people in the world to stay with them the rest of the life. Something that can change their life. What is the advice or I don't know the words that Farah can tell to the people?
Yeah, I have one thing I want to say. You can only hate people from afar. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
You can only hate people
Afar.
from
So when they're far in your
oh
mind, you can only hate them from afar,
when they
which
are
means that,
far.
which means you can only love people up close. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when,
Yes,
for
I think so.
example, like the whole thing about racism is happening now, right?
Yeah.
That's and part of it has to do with the fact that what we do in our minds, we put them far away. White people, black people, brown people, green people, purple people, doesn't matter what kind of people, but they're far in our minds, and that's why we can dehumanize them. You can only hate people from afar. If they come close, we can say, I hate all Moroccans. Well, what about your neighbor? He's also Moroccan. Yeah, but that's an exception, because
Yeah,
he's
that's
up
right.
close. I like him.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to
Okay.
just say, like that one sentence. You can only hate people from afar. Yeah, that's
Okay,
the only thing.
dice que solamente se puede odiar a la gente cuando está lejos. Cuando nosotros tenemos personas que son cercanas, por ejemplo, todos los negros son iguales. No, pero pará, si tu novia fue negro, no, no, pero es que mi novia es la excepción, mi novia es un amor, mi novia es divina, la amo con toda mi alma, pero ella es la excepción.
Yeah.
A lo que invita es que nos acerquemos los unos a los otros. Great message, Farah, thank you.
Yes. Think about that when you hate somebody again. Because you can't
Okay.
when you have them up close. Mm-hmm.
Bien, dice que cuando tenemos, que no puedes odiar a alguien cuando realmente estés cerca.
It's dehumanizing.
Que pienses,
It's disassociating. Disassociation. It's like you have
yes,
no feelings. So that's why you can detach yourself from the feelings. But if we do them with people, then we have that problem.
yes, that's right. So, entonces cuando eso es deshumanización y cuando tenemos la deshumanización, que es odiar a las personas, viene primero de la indiferencia. The opposite of love is not hate, is indifference. Entonces lo opuesto al amor no es el odio, es la indiferencia. So, if you want, we can start this amazing technique that you are going to share with us. Vamos a comenzar la técnica ahora, así que ten en mente la persona que quieres ser.
Okay, good. So, siéntese, go sit down, be comfortable, and look at a comfortable dot in front of you, a spot in front of you. You can do the second voice if you want.
Yes. Sentate relajado, relajada, y mira a un punto enfrente de ti.
Sí. Mira un punto. Okay, good. And you sit down and you put your hands on your lap. Like this.
Pon tus manos en tus piernas
Yes.
de manera relajada.
And relax your feet. Get comfortable.
Relaja tus pies, que estén cómodos.
Okay. And as you're looking at that dot,
Okay. Y mientras miras a ese punto que está frente a ti,
I want you to focus on one thing that you can hear.
quiero que te enfoques en una sola cosa que puedes escuchar.
Bueno. Una otra cosa, another thing that you can hear, que puedes escuchar.
Ahora te haces consciente de otra cosa que puedas escuchar.
Good. As you keep looking at that point.
Mientras sigues viendo a ese punto.
And maybe your eyes will get heavier.
Y quizás tus manos se ponen más pesadas.
And that's okay.
Y eso está bien.
Because you can close them when you are comfortable.
Porque puedes cerrarlas cuando estés cómodo o cómoda.
And focus on another thing that you can hear.
Ahora te enfocas en otra cosa que puedes escuchar, en otro sonido.
Good. Now focus on something else that you can see as you're looking at that point.
Ahora enfócate en otra cosa que puedes ver mientras seguís mirando el punto.
And now focus on another thing that you can see. Maybe the shadows, the colors.
Y ahora enfócate en otra cosa que puedes ver, quizás las sombras, los colores.
Really good. And maybe you can feel your hands on your lap.
Y quizás puedas sentir las manos en tus piernas
As you're listening to the sound of our voice.
mientras escuchas el sonido de nuestras voces.
And it doesn't matter if your eyes get really heavy and they close, or you close them because you feel comfortable.
Y no importa si tus párpados se sienten pesados y los quieres cerrar, o si los cierras voluntariamente porque te sientes más cómodo o más cómoda.
Yes. And I'll focus on one thing that you can feel, like your hands on your lap.
Ahora enfócate en una cosa que puedes sentir. Por ejemplo, tus manos sobre tus piernas.
And focus on something else that you can feel, like you're breathing up and down.
Ahora, enfócate en otra cosa que puedes sentir, como por ejemplo, tu respiración.
Very good. And now focus on something else that you can feel.
Ahora, enfócate en otra cosa que puedes sentir.
Really good. And now focus on one thing that you can hear.
Ahora enfócate en una cosa que puedes sentir.
And if you have your eyes closed or open, doesn't matter, because I want you to focus on something that you can see, like the shadows in your eyelids, the shadows around the point that you're looking at.
Y si tienes los ojos abiertos o cerrados, realmente no importa, porque te tienes que enfocar en un punto concreto.
You can focus on the inside of your eyelids.
Puedes enfocarte en el interior de tus párpados.
Really good.
Muy bien.
And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 10. And by 10, you are standing next to that person that you really want to become.
Y en un momento voy a contar del 1 al 10. Y cuando llegue a 10, te vas a parar al lado de la persona que tú admiras.
1, closer and closer. 2, closer, even closer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, más cerca. 2, más y más cerca. 3, 4, 5, está más y más cerca tuyo. 7, 8, se acerca cada vez más. 9 y 10.
Yes. And you're looking at them, you're seeing them.
Y los ves a él o a ella.
And I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and by 3 you step into this person.
Y voy a
Uno,
contar del 1 al 3 y cuando cuente 3 voy a quedarme dentro de los zapatos, dentro de los pies de esa persona.
yes, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Step in. Yes.
Ahora,
they've stepped in.
párate adentro de sus zapatos.
Yes. Good. And now that you are this person, feel how it is to be this person. See what you see, hear what you hear.
Y ahora que eres esta persona, quiero que veas lo que ve esta persona. Quiero que sientas lo que siente esta persona. Quiero que escuches lo que escucha esta persona y de la forma en que lo hace.
How do they move their body?
Cómo mueven su cuerpo.
See. And you can choose now to stay inside this body.
Ahora puedes elegir si quedarte adentro de este cuerpo
or to leave and only take the things you want.
o irte de ese cuerpo y solo tomar las cosas que quieres.
And the next time you open your eyes, you will have done exactly that.
Y la siguiente vez que abras los ojos, vas a haber hecho eso exactamente.
So now, how do you feel?
Así que ahora, ¿cómo te
Do you
sientes?
feel relaxed?
¿Te sientes relajado?
Do you
¿Relajada?
feel passionate?
¿Te sientes apasionado? ¿Apasionada?
Energetic?
¿Energético?
Positive?
¿Positiva?
Loving?
¿Amoroso?
It doesn't matter what you feel, just feel it inside your body. And if it had a color, what color would it have, this feeling that you feel?
No importa lo que sientas, simplemente sentilo adentro de tu cuerpo. Y si ese sentimiento, esa sensación tiene algún color, ¿qué color es esa sensación?
And if it is spinning in a direction, which direction is it spinning in?
Y si está girando en alguna dirección, ¿en qué dirección está girando?
Really good. And now increase it.
Muy
Increase the
bien.
feeling. Let it spin around through your whole body and increase the color. Make the color spread throughout your whole body.
Ahora aumenta esa sensación, hacela crecer y hace que ese color esté en todo tu cuerpo.
Yes. Really good. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And by 5, you open your eyes and your unconscious has solved an unconscious problem for you. 1. You can say.
Así que ahora voy a contar del 1 al 5, y cuando vaya contando del 1 al 5, vas a ir volviendo en
Yes.
ti.
1. You're feeling more energy in your body.
1. Sentís más energía en
2.
tu
You're
cuerpo.
getting more aware of your surroundings.
2. Te volvés más consciente de lo que te rodea.
3. You're taking a deep breath of air in through your nose and out through your mouth.
3. Tomas una gran respiración que ingresa el aire por la nariz y sale por tu boca.
4. Getting almost there. And 5. Open your eyes. Hello, wonderful and fresh.
4. Estás casi ahí. 5. Bienvenido, bienvenida acá. Te sientes nuevo, nueva y totalmente fresca.
Yay, we did it.
We did it. Nice. Thank you so much. I'm going to review this part of the video, all the video, because I want to do this technique all the day.
Yeah, it's not really the Betty Erickson induction. We've made it a little bit shorter, but it was just as effective.
Yeah. Nice. I loved it. Entonces dice que esta no fue realmente lo que es la inducción de Betty Erickson, la hicimos un poco más corta, pero que es igual de efectiva. Así que it was really, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I want to ask how it was for the people watching. Roxy, how was it for you? Cory, how was it for you? Juliana, did you do it? How do you feel?
Sí, perfecto. El Manuel dijo que entendió. ¿Qué tal te fue, Manuel? Ok, excelente.
Yeah, it was nice, huh? Would you do it more often?
Yes, I'm gonna do this more often. We have to do this more often. I think I learned a lot from you. You're a very interesting person. You have a lot of positive energy inside you, and you are like a sun, you know. You have a lot of that love to give to the world, and I think you are an example for the world.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so nice.
I really admire you, and I really want to have a lot of these interviews with you, because I know that I'm not the only one person that are learning from you. All the world should learn from you something, and I think we're going to live in a better world now.
No, thank you so much.
That's
and
true.
Cory says in Dutch, my fingers are how do you call it? She feels all these sensations in her fingers. My hands went up, and I received as if it went all by itself. Well, and that's really great, because I see that we have 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the top of our screen. And yeah, I'm really humbled by your response and your feedback. That really touches my soul, my heart. I'm very happy for that.
That's very
and
nice.
you know, I really love when you speak Spanish, because you know, I've learned how to speak Spanish for a couple of years, and I kind of forgot about it, so it's kind of coming back. But you are definitely also a big inspiration to this world, to me, and I'm very grateful that you asked me for this interview. It means a lot to me.
It's a pleasure for me. Thank you so much for the words. I think we have a lot to share with the people. Emanuel dice, fue muy grato. Sentí que sumé algo más a mi persona, y hacerlo de alguien que admiro fue muy bueno. Muchas gracias. Did you understand?
Yeah, he was like, I stepped into somebody that I admire, and it went great. Right?
Yeah, very good.
Cory says it was really great. I didn't expect it. Really nice. Well, awesome, guys.
Great. So I love this, Farah. I'm very thankful to you. And okay, thank you so much for this time. I want to have this video so I can upload it to my profile.
I will send it.
Can we do that?
Thank you so much. My name is Farah Litvika. I love you more than you know. And you'll see us definitely next time. Ciao.
Un abrazo a todos. Un abrazo y que estén muy bien. Hasta luego.